I ain't had chicken wings. Good. Who said that? About Bert. What the hell are you talking about?
He said, I just busted in on him,
Now,
and he seems a little overwhelmed by my girth and timing.
He said that on purpose. Like,
And
know what he doing.
And Kim was like, I don't care, but there's no explanation.
Nah, because Skip
what could
said,
you have been talking about?
because they were talking about basketball.
Oh,
He got a whole wife. Yeah. Yo, this dude just made Skip gay up. Nah, he got a whole wife. Well, I mean,
gay for stay, gay for pay.
he's just, that's just how he is. Like, Skip is just like me. He always been a reporter, analyst. He always been a little puny white dude, but he know about sports.
Gay for statements at prison.
Oh, we being recorded?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
With your big
I'm just
hey, big man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I can edit all this. This is unlisted, so it ain't He might tell me to leave that shit in there though. He like, yo, what am I see me with this shit on? Like, fuck it. Keep myself
Not
clean.
taking it off.
It's like you got the context. Like the wing in context. Daddy stuff. She right there too. So what is going up under me? I don't like you like that. So shout out the dog, yo. Yo, shout out the dog, yo. I saw the most adorable picture online of a dog, a baby bully, play fighting. Like, think of the most adorable shit you think. That's like almost like a kid.
Let's talk about Rick Ross and DJ Envy, yo.
What? Yo, this is the most corniest beef.
Petty.
Yo, cause yo, fucking Envy just looked mad corny, bro.
DJ Envy.
He came up there looking a whole light skin, bro. Like, came up there, had a whole cop outfit, like he about to, like he a cop stripper or some shit. Bro, you know what I mean? On the show, talking about, Officer Ricky, he was a CO, how we just gonna let that slide? Like, bro, he is a boss, bro. The dude, whatever he did, we not gonna let the coke bars go, So he going in on this dude.
Bust him upside the head.
That's what I'm saying.
Because whether he really gangster or not, he's still bigger than you. And one hit might.
And he been in the gym too.
And Envy don't be fighting.
He like the Black Kingpin. Like, he really is that guy.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't like that.
What? Switching up, like when you say you doing this and then you really doing something. Well, word on the curve, that's what my grandmother told me. That freeway, the real freeway that Snowfall is based on, did not give sanction to use his name to make it.
Yeah, that's why he got you.
Huh?
And you lost.
Yeah.
You lost against his own name.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's some boss.
Yeah, I'm saying your boy.
How you lose against that own name, yo?
He literally made a dude
against a legend like Freeway Ricky Ross. Like, that's crazy. You say, no, this is my name.
He
Right, how you go, right?
Nigga said, I'm Rick Ross now. There's nothing you can do about it.
I'm the real.
Technically, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yo, Rick Ross, like, this is, let me tell you, you couldn't tell, but yo, Rick Ross is like my favorite rapper. One of my favorite rappers.
He's one of the most
He is a good rapper.
The dude, he a big dude, he's smooth, cause Biggie is my favorite rapper. But he's my favorite rapper now. That's a pause. He remind me of Biggie, the smoothness and the beats that he be crazy. He only use like smooth, classical type shit or some crazy trap shit. Always a throw that.
Be on the move like I need a new hobby. Fuck a 9 to 5.
Shout out to Santorini.
Yeah, Santorini.
That beat, bro. Oh, that beat, bro. That whole song, it make you want to go to Santorini, Greece. Like it make you want to go there. Like yo, I'm like yo, I gotta go there. Shout out to Santorini, Greece. You know what I mean? But yo, what else? Rick Ross is like. Yeah, but Rose is like, he's a captivating artist. His music, it puts you in a place like when you listen to his music. Like his music is more like relaxed, chill. It really is made that music. It's music that you chill and you listen to when you in an ill ass whip. Like you just cruising with the seat back, just driving, and every track is like that. Every track, if you in a luxury whip, chilling, you could be in whatever whip. It don't matter. But I'm just saying, you got that feeling like yo, like fuck everything else. You smoking your J, and you in your whip, and you just floating. You know what I mean? On the highway, going to Benny Hanna's. So motherfucker can make a volcano out of onions, you know what I mean? Some shit like that. That's some shit he was saying in a fucking rap project. The Benny Hanna's make a volcano out of onions. By the way, I was gonna tell people I didn't wanna make a big deal about it, but
I'm not a star.
My wing flavor has changed.
I'm not a star.
I fuck with lemon pepper.
I think I'm big meat. Larry Hoover. I think it's a legend.
Good, man.
Shout out to Rose.
You think you big reach? A big reach, you's a big bitch. Start calling you big sis. Lady London. Shout out to Lady London.
Shout out to her.
One of the female rappers. Scarlett.
Oh yeah, Scarlett. Scarlett.
She put fear.
She said I gave my heart.
Niggas' hearts.
She said I gave my heart. That nigga put it on a bitch picture. Like that's just.
She said, what the fuck I look like?
Telling the nigga good morning.
Scarlett, yeah. What I look like being nice, sweet, charming, and warming. She said, I don't want to smile, bitch, I want to cry. No, she said, I don't want to smile, bitch, I want to cry. I don't want to see him live, I want to see that nigga die. She said that's her favorite line in the song.
Cause she probably
was talking about somebody.
She went through some shit, so she.
Yo, shout out to women just going through shit.
Yeah, that be the best music though. Any type of music, whether it's male or female, like those be the best artists when they tell their story, when they went through some real. Like it's good to hear the happy music, the uplifting, the turn up, whatever. But when you hear when you going through some junk and you put that on the paper and put that in the song, those be the hits. because everybody done with you going to relate to somebody.
You gotta feel the music. Like that's the whole thing. Like when
if you don't feel it, nobody else will.
Right. And it really gotta be something like a lot of stuff that I write. Like I think some of the songs that I write might have a repetitive ring to it because it's something that's always going on in my heart. So I'm always talking about the same shit. It's always gotta be about a woman's situation, just a different way to talk about it, or maybe a different situation that we dealt with, or some shit like that. Instead of like making, you know, the normal like niggas on the block, we doing this, whatever. I'm making shit like that because it's really what I'm thinking about. In the same way that they can make that shit, I can make that shit like that. You know what I mean?
I think that's more movie, but that's more not movie, cinematic. You see what I'm saying? To just think about some shit that happens, then talk exactly about what the fuck happened.
Right.
Cause nigga, your day might be boring.
And it's the way you say it, the way you put it together. Because you could just say, "I was walking to the store and blah blah blah." And some people do say it like that, but it's how you put it together that make it be like the words you use, the word to tell a story. So you actually, even if you can't relate, you could picture that junk and you could feel it in your mind because you can.
Let's start with that. Hey, yo, first of all, yo, welcome to another episode of Get Lifted. 30 is the new 20. It's your boy, Smiley Jizzle, and my man, Mr. B, and we in the building.
And I have fun.
Hey, facts, in the cut. But yo, it's all good. It's all good.
We smoking on that Zaza. Shout out to Planet Zaza. They got that fire. They got multiple locations. So check them out if you in the CT area.
They always got a special.
They got East Haven, Hamden. I think it's like 3 different locations. Go look it up. Planet Zaza. It's a smoke shop.
Yeah, facts.
Keeping us lit right now.
Hell yeah.
They got edibles, pre-rolls,
mask bombs.
Yeah. They got some fire.
Why you looking at me like that, kid?
Fucking babes.
She about to go to sleep.
She was looking dead at me. I felt like she was looking through me.
Because she probably would just stare at me to see her eyes is closed.
Well, yeah, yo. I would have asked, this is the first question I would have asked, yo. And we go around, I go next. That's what I ask the question. We start with you. And the question is, what, for hip hop, if we talking about hip hop, we started talking about hip hop. What is your favorite story rap, or like a rap that's telling a story of all time? Not even that you think is the best in regular shit, but what you feel like is the best story rap that you've ever heard, even when you was a kid up until now as an adult, that you'll always remember as being one of the most clever story raps I've ever heard. Go.
Once upon a time, not long ago.
Yo, everybody gonna say children's story. That is a classic.
And people were behaving like they all too good. The little boy who was misled by another little boy, this is what he said.
Alright. We get it.
Robbing the old folks and making that ass.
That is right. That yo, I'm sorry.
Shout out.
I don't have to say mine. And what's your favorite story rap of all time?
Dear Mister, I'm too good to call or write my fears. This would be the last record I ever sing your ass.
Stan. It was crazy.
That shit blew my mind.
Crazy. Stan is up there. Yo, like I bet you if we took a poll, yo, people write down in the description, write down in the comments and shit, yo, like and all that shit.
But listen,
write down in the comments what y'all favorite story rapper all time is, and y'all tell me. Stan is a good one.
It's either that or
Stan
Brenda's Got a Baby.
Brenda's Got a Baby was a great one. That was a classic. Wow, not classic. That's tough though. That's tough. It's not hard for me because it's so many memories that come with. See, that's why I said the favorite of all time. Cause like, nah, you good. As a rapper, right? We we always like think about it like we think about like verses and music, but I'm thinking about nostalgia. So it's like I know it probably wasn't the most lyrical, but it was clever. It was put together. It reminded me of like Dr. Seuss and that type of shit, but it was still hood. It was still like it still gave you that, yeah, we could play this in the hood. The beat was cocky. You know what I mean? It was really like that joint. Because it just came on and like, you know what I mean? And then you hear that coming on and you like, oh, yo, this is some cocky shit. It was clever. Like all of they shits in the 80s was crazy, but Slick Rick was the dude, and then he had all the dudes, he had all the women, he was always, he had his cane. He brought what they try to do now, like that whole like cocky shit. Well, I don't really like, you know, I don't show off shit, but that whole shit that, you know, we like when we was younger growing up, or with the kids like now, like being flashy, having changed. That was Slick Rick. You know what I mean? Slick Rick, and then you got Big Daddy Kane. Yeah, you got Big Daddy Kane. He had a whole bunch of chains. You know what I mean? But everybody was on it. But Slick Rick was crazy with it, and still to this day, he still got the jewelry from the 80s. Still got the jewelry from the 80s, and I had the pleasure of, you know, seeing him, you know.
Beno.
Yeah.
Beno?
I met him because he came to Van Dome. Him and W Fresh, though. It was on my mother's birthday. He took a picture, man. Motherfucker skated so quick, man. But he was down. They was down on the shit, dancing with us and shit. Like, we was down there dancing. We was lit. And he was out there singing this shit, and the security was cool. Like they let you be like right there, like yo, like it was a movie.
Everybody loved Slick Rick and
it was a movie.
Nobody wants to rob them and no dumb shit.
Yo, Slick Rick is that's one of my personal favorites.
That's fine.
One of my personal favorites.
And I heard Slick Rick wasn't for play either.
That's why you keep getting kicked out of fucking the US, yo. You always got problems, yo. Cause yo, they be one of them Jews.
Yeah.
They be one of them Jews.
He was 21 Savage before 21 Savage.
Oh, definitely.
But my
Shout out to Slick Rick.
Yeah, shout out to Slick Rick and all the old school rappers that's still relevant. Like you can still bump them in your car today or in your home wherever.
Even the ones that's not here, shit. DMX, shout out to Dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
R.I.P.
I be always thinking every time I watch Power, I think about this dude. Cause his daughter up there.
Oh, his daughter's on Power?
Yeah. She one of the
that played on Everybody Hates Chris, the white
yeah, he adopted her like.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I just finished Snowfall.
Word.
Snowfall.
I told you.
I've been telling this nigga to watch
bad.
that for a long time because I was watching it.
Nah, but
and
you
he
know
was like,
what?
I didn't want to watch that.
Because I was going through a phase where I'm like, yo, I'm tired of motherfuckers glorifying the hood.
No, it's entertainment.
Nah.
It's not.
To me, it's not. Cause it's like cause I'm thinking it's cliche and they just poking fun at our culture. That's how I look at it. I didn't know John Singleton was the director. I didn't know that this was based on Freeway Rick Ross. I didn't know none of that shit. And then I'm like, yo,
I didn't know
this shit is lit. You know what I mean? Like, so I wasn't expecting what I got.
Teach me how to squabble.
I was cause I be getting tired. Like after watching Power, I'm like, yo, I don't need to see nothing else. I never watched Empire. Never watched it.
Yeah, Empire was weird when he stuffed his kid in the trash can because he was dead.
Empire was cool. I only watched one season. The only reason why I watched it was because of the music. They had some dope ass songs out there. But after the first season, I stopped watching it.
I heard they have real soundtracks and shit.
Yeah, like they had good. Like it was
I like that old school music that they be playing in
called What Is Love. I forgot
crazy.
I forgot the woman's name that sings it, but the song is called What Is Love. She is so thorough. She got a bald head. I forgot what her name is. But she's a singer. No.
A bald-headed singer?
Yeah, she was in
she had cancer?
I don't know her. personally. I just know she sings good and she has a really good
No
voice.
smiling. She was
And
just
she was
bald.
on it. She was on the first season of
She was
Empire.
bald by choice.
No,
smiling.
no, I was thinking about this girl that had cancer that was
She was
on the
bald.
show. She was bald.
Yeah, that's why I said she bald by choice.
But I was thinking, but I don't know if that's.
Maybe she had alopecia.
All right.
Uh,
So modern day rappers, cause I don't like where this is going.
modern day
Why-
rap.
Wipe down your motherfucking mouth.
Oh shit.
All right.
That's
so
gonna be fucking
modern
forever,
day,
yo.
yeah.
That's crazy,
Right.
yo.
we was watching a video the other day, the Rewind. What's the guy name that do the music video about the year?
Uncle Murder.
Uncle Murder, yeah.
Yeah.
That
So,
would be
we
lit,
watched
yo.
the video.
Yo, my boy
and
been
it
telling me
had
I
the
should do
clip.
that for a while too. Like I've been
It
trying
had-
to say that too. Yo, we should do that.
You
I
should.
ain't know that
You
shit.
don't want to do
It
it?
had a
You
clip.
You don't want to look at it?
We could do a New Haven version.
Look,
you know
that's
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying?
saying.
He was like drawing clips
That would
in
be
there.
hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah, y'all should do that.
That'd be fun, yo.
In the video, he was like throwing clips in there what he was talking about. So when he got to that part, he like threw the clip in there, like of him smacking him. Like, and it was just funny how it came in when he said he was like, Will Smith smacked the shit out of Chris Rock or something. I don't know. Isn't that what he said?
What?
That's what he said, right? Will Smith smacked the shit out of
Yeah.
Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when he said it, he just showed the clip, like right at the same time. It's like, But shout out to all of them. It's no making fun. It is what it is. It happened. Right? We moving on. But I was gonna say modern rap because you said tell a story. Yo, I really like King Von, R.I.P. And it's a shame. I
Yo.
said he was up and coming, and he could
That's
have
in my
been
top
something
five.
special.
His stories was
That
too
story is in
real,
my
like-
top 5.
It was
stories
real,
was
that-
but
that
you
story-
didn't see it.
but like, yo,
Yeah,
for
because
real,
it really
like,
happened.
I
Yeah,
blame
but
that
it's-
shit, and now I know that he was a serial killer.
But not all
You know
of
what I
it.
mean?
The one about FBG.
That was
that
like,
was
yo,
before it happened.
that's
Like,
gonna
he
mean so
told
much
it as
more,
if
yo.
It already did.
That's
It
what
And it
happened.
did happen. It came into like, yo, the power of music is real. Like,
And
when you
even
say
in the video,
shit,
I didn't even notice on his phone. Like in
Shout out
the
to
video,
King Von.
it said
Shit.
FBG.duck on the girl's phone because she was like, it said duck or whatever. That was his name. And then you look at her phone and it said it in the phone or whatever. But this was before that happened, and then not too long later, I don't know how long after the song came out, but he very did it. That's how most of them got set up by a female. That a lot of
And you know what's crazy? If you notice, with NBA Youngboy and Lil Durk, they're beefing now because of that shit, right?
yeah.
So
Because they're so disrespectful every time. Like NBA, that's why King Von fight basically because Rondo in NBA Youngboy is under him. I mean, the other way around. And so when he's seeing them, that's how you can shake that mentality. And it's so sad. He was like 26 or something like that. He was younger. But people even younger than him, it's crazy. I've been watching these, I think I talked about it in another video, but I'm gonna say it again. If you ever see shout out to C-Bill and the Dante show, follow them subscribe to their YouTube channel. If you a young guy
What does
that's
it
in
say
the
again?
streets,
What is the YouTube channel?
the Dante show.
Okay.
And this guy named C-Bill. I don't know the name of his YouTube channel, but his name is C-Bill. And both of these guys, they've been to prison before, and they come up there and they do story time. A lot of YouTubers do story time. They tell a story about something they went through in their life or whatever, different stuff. But they do prison stories or whatever. And it's about stuff that they seen when they were in prison, stuff that happened to them, if they got into a fight or whatever. They seen people unalive, they seen people's manhood taken, well, not actually seen it, but they might have been in the cell over and they heard it going on and people tried to stop it, but if that's your cellmate, like, sometimes the guards let this stuff happen. So what they say, some of them might try to help, but by the time they get there, it'll be too late. So some people don't make it out. So I'm saying that to say, like, it's just so sad that we have all these talented people, or people that could be something. Maybe not a rapper, everybody don't have to be that, but you could be something. And if you think, if you're in the streets and you're a young guy or whatever, and you tough and you got the blicky and you always fighting, or like, but you never been to prison before, like, you better rethink, you better watch. So go watch these YouTube videos and watch what they talk about. And there's other people that have gone to prison that have YouTube channels that be talking about it. Some victims of stuff or whatever. They done lost their mind. Or like some people just crazy, like they seen people unalive themselves or not, didn't actually see it again. They were there.
You definitely don't want to go to prison.
Like some people couldn't take them, or they lost everybody on the outside. They wasn't getting out, or if they did get out, there's nothing left. Your kids are grown. Your parents aren't here no more. Your kids don't want nothing to do with you because you don't.
I mean, the simplest way to avoid being in that situation is really by keeping yourself in a positive way.
Yeah, I know it's hard, and the
It
government
sucks.
need to.
And that's the thing that we try. Like, what I try to tell people, like, yeah, it's not gonna be easy. It's probably not gonna be fun, but you'll be proud of what you accomplished. You know what I mean? Once you finish and you get to that point, you're gonna be like, man, I'm glad I got it over with. It might take you a year. It might take you a few months. But you gonna get there, like, you know what I mean? You just gotta stay productive, you know what I mean? If you're doing anything that's worth doing.
Or Ghostbusters?
Nah, this Slimer from the Ghostbusters. Oh yeah.
Who you gonna call? Alright, sorry.
Nah. But yeah, like, it's gonna be so many distractions. Like, today I got some troubling news. I was supposed to go to a dance recital. And I didn't go to the dance recital because there was a threat that a school shooter was going to be there. So they had to lock the school down and cancel doing things until they resolved the situation. And it's crazy because my little cousin was there. So I was personally affected by the situation. And I'm like, wow, this must be scary for them, you know what I mean? And knowing that we live in an environment where a lot of us are desensitized to it. We're so used to this, you know, guns and all this stuff. But we never heard about no school shootings in our neighborhood.
Right, that's now it's hitting home because it's like.
But I've seen people that had, you know, I'm not saying no names, but I've seen firearms in school before, which is, it might be scary, but you know, I knew the person that had the gun. I knew he was involved. You know what I mean? But it's just crazy to be in that type of environment and have those distractions and still try to encourage them to keep on pushing themselves to stay productive with all those distractions. It's hard. It's our job to protect them and make sure that they
don't let it drop. I got a step.
It's something that flies.
It's something that flies?
Yeah.
So that is.
I don't know what it is, but it's something that flies. So as soon as you come near it, it's gonna fly.
How do you know it?
Because it flew up there. It wasn't always there.
It was it could have crawled.
Nah, I was looking at the whole
ceiling. Purposely.
I just seen it now.
I look at my surroundings when I do
You say
stuff.
no, don't kill it.
Nah, but it's something that flies. It just
Don't
flew up
kill
there.
it.
I don't even know what I was saying. I don't know what I'm saying. No, I know what I was saying. I was saying we gotta protect them. We gotta protect these kids because it's a lot of crazy stuff going on, and it's like we be like mad.
Sorry,
like,
Smiley. I must protect the house.
Sorry, people. Gotta exterminate.
Don't say that. I make it sound like I have.
It's death.
Nah, it ain't that, cause it ain't.
There's a spider on the ceiling.
That's not a spider.
That's a fly.
Bitch. You got it though, man. Reflexes.
It's
I
not
seen
dead.
it. I seen it drizzle down.
Where is it?
It's dead on the
It
floor
did like
somewhere.
a little.
Your cat is about to eat it.
She ain't gonna eat it. She'll play with it. She don't eat it.
Oh, okay.
She do, cause it be stuff dead in here, and then I'll see it on the floor, and I'm like, what did you do? Like, she'll
When you
be.
got dead birds and shit.
Yeah. Well, no. That's it. But where is it? Are you sure you can?
Yes, I'm dead serious. It's not getting back up. I hit it with 60% power.
You gotta recharge.
Yes, yes, 60%.
Power up. Guys, the Dwayne don't care if you got overreacted, because I don't want I'm gonna say insects. It's my home.
See a lighter?
Oh, good.
Right here.
Oh.
Yeah, man. I'm just saying, you gotta pick your famous words of Clarence Williams III.
Welcome to
Not my baby.
Dwayne, you is. I'm about to freestyle.
Yo.
I'm about to freestyle.
Nah, you want to read? Go ahead.
You want me?
No. What you was about to do on the table?
Nah, I was about to like beat him out to the moment.
Okay, Dougie. Go ahead.
Yo.
What is that?
Yo.
What is that now?
Yeah, I'm put her in the spot.
Huh?
What?
You looking for stuff, yo. It's just
What
like
is
what?
it though?
What?
Why?
It's all wet.
It ain't nothing on it. So
Nah, it's just breezing in the wind. Yeah. But it's just, no, it's nothing like
that's a connection. It's in here somewhere. That spider web was not there yesterday. They just be popping up. Cause that Wayne never killed it. So and then it disappeared. It was above the fridge. Then I came out my room in the morning and it was gone. And I'm like, where the heck did it go? And this is the second time. Cause it was over there before and it disappeared. I don't know if that's the same one. They probably, and the reason why I'm scared, not scared, but I don't want it in here is because one time, and good thing I had bought some rage specifically for spiders. I came out my room and it wasn't there the day before. I came out my room, it's this big old spider web right here, like coming from here, connecting to there. So then I get the broom and swing it, and then I open this up, and then, I think I started spraying because I seen one crawling.
Yo, that's a good.
And I started spraying, and then I sprayed it. Then more kept coming out.
About
It
the
is a
spider
whole
web.
family, but they just kept coming out.
You
And
lying.
then it
I
was,
would have screamed.
Oh,
and I kept spraying every time I sprayed, more come out. Then there must have been a mother. She come out and she trying to run. Now I'm spraying her. I'm getting her, but she keep running. Then finally I got them all. So that's why I'm like, I don't want them in here. They stay in here. It hasn't happened again since that. But I had raids specifically for spiders because I will always see them because it must be coming from them trees. There's a bunch of trees around here. They probably come through there. So I see them outside. Just remember you see that big one outside?
When you turn it off, yeah.
They come through that shit when that shit on. They gonna be ate the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly. No froze.
But yeah, I was scared, but what I'm gonna do? I was scared by myself. So I opened it, come out, and I had to spray it. I'm like, it was like a whole family. But finally, I got
destroying
it.
smaller.
The cat wasn't helping?
Destroying
I didn't
smaller
have
life
the cat
forms.
here.
Like,
I had her because
galactic
I got
shit.
her from my mom's house, but she was still at my mom's house.
That was the same cat that was at your mom's house?
Not upstairs at the end. That's my uncle's cat.
I
No,
love
I
that.
had her since she was a kitten.
Nah, that cat is
Somebody
antisocial.
gave him to us when because she has PTSD. She did not used to act like that. Anthony be yelling at her, well, leave out his name, be yelling at her, and she's scared.
Don't
and
scratch the cord, you're gonna get electrocuted.
I think she just sitting there. She not purposely trying to. It's like a lot.
It's like maybe
Yo, what about John Morant, yo? Like,
oh shit.
what's up with
Shout
this
out
dude?
Ranks.
Like, yo, he thorough, but he's still,
It'll be alright. I think it's fake.
He just need to get on punishment.
I think it's fake. I think it's
He'll come back.
it's like a NBA soap opera. They be telling these niggas what to do and they just
It's a smoke screen.
yeah. It's real shit.
R.I.P. Mr. St. John. It was this teacher that I had at job for. He was really he cared about students and stuff. But he's passed away now. But he always used to say that's a smoke screen. When somebody would usually have a conversation, and he would be having a conversation about life.
I'm so sorry, yo.
Why you put your hand like that was gonna stop?
He said I saved something.
Cause you just put your hand there and stop on paper towel. I can't get it.
I get it. I'm so high.
I'll be in it cause I keep moving. Go look and see what it's good.
What's in my muscle? Yeah, that's why I freaked out, yeah.
You fell a pin?
It was like something was inside. Like we was talking about spiders and shit. And, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yo. I'm sorry, yo. That's shit.
Man, it's-
She like, what you want? She looked at how you call it.
yeah, and they, some little tabloid shit. They was talking about Bronny James because he took a white girl to the prom.
Who's that?
LeBron's son.
I don't know if it was that.
Little Bronny James.
They get a good eat and then you start laughing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Alright, ready?
They call me like I have thought because I'm the fucking boss and every I can't freestyle. I'm kidding.
What?
I can't. I don't really say. I mean, I do freestyle technically when I make songs because I don't write songs. That I just record them on my phone. Like I say it a couple of times to get the first part, and then every time I think of another line, then I'll re-record it and then say. Because when I write it down, because I don't ever write to a beat. So
That's how
when
we do it.
huh?
That's how we do it. You push it.
Yeah, because when I write it down, I be forgetting how I said it because I don't have a beat, so I record it so I can know it. And then I leave to.
I used to ride back home just listening to beats, just freestyling by myself in the car. I ain't record. Well, actually, no, I'm lying. I did have my little gray recorder I used to carry with me.
R.I.P. Aunt Valerie, I love her because she used to, well, this is not just rock, but I'm saying the time that related to this. Like we used to ride in the car sometimes, and she would play beats, and she would let me sing. Like, you know, parents don't, or it's an unrealistic thing, like, or whatever, for people to think, like, oh, you're gonna be a singer, you're gonna be a rapper, or whatever. People don't, and where we come from, people don't be thinking like, you know. So some parents won't encourage that in their kids or whatever. If they interested in something, anything, talent, you know, and try to hone it and stuff. But my aunt, she used to, and I probably didn't sound good or whatever, but it's just because I like to be creative and I wrote songs and stuff. She would just play beats and let me sing in the car, play instrumentals when we'd be riding. But she was so like, I miss her.
Try some of that. Take a little bit of mine.
She gave me piano lessons. I wish I would have stayed in them because I didn't. I quit because it was this lady. I didn't like that lady. She would always be yelling at me. She was Asian. Nothing against people. She was like Chinese or Japanese. I'm sorry, I don't know which one she was. I just know that she was of that culture. So she used to be yelling at me all the time. And don't come at me in the comments or nothing either. I'm only saying her race because so you can get the picture of what I'm saying.
You could have been thorough.
I know.
How was she yelling?
Like strict.
What did she say?
She just would be telling me how to play. Like,
did she have an accent?
Yeah,
So when
that made it.
When she yelled, did she kind of yell in Chinese when she cussed you out?
No, she spoke in English, but she did have a thick accent.
Because that's what I used to work with this dude. He was Mexican, and he was like the supervisor of the kitchen for the caterers. And this nigga used to cuss me out in spirit. I know a couple of them.
Yeah, I love.
know what puta is. I know all that shit.
Spanish culture. Spanish culture is so amazing. And I am so, like, I don't understand it totally, but I can, like, say sentences. I got A's and B's in Spanish. I used to help other students because I really wanted to learn it. Like, so I can say words, I can understand. If somebody's speaking slowly enough, I could understand enough to make it out, but a lot of times they speak pretty quickly, so it'd be hard.
Puerto Rico, yeah.
Yo, they be telling me, man, I have a good time.
Just take a group trip and get an Airbnb and just fly out there.
I'm trying to go to Las Vegas next year. What's free?
Going to Las Vegas?
Yeah, and Sonya and Mom. I want more people to come visit us. So it could be, I feel like it'd be better with groups, like when you have.
Yeah, there you go. More memories.
And everybody has like a partner too. So like, if some people don't like say if we want to go jet skiing, but there's somebody that don't, there might be somebody else that can stay with them. So you don't have to do
Exactly. What the fuck? This year, this summer, we gotta go somewhere.
I'm trying to move, so I can still do stuff. I'm trying to save up some money. My lease is up in October, and I really don't want to stay here no more. I've been here since 2019, and I'm ready to go. And they keep raising the rent. I feel like it's a rip-off because now it's not what. Yeah, I mean, I've been paying it, but after this, I'm trying to get a lease up. I've been looking around, but it's too soon. I have seen things, but they're
everywhere
gone.
going up though.
Yeah, but I'd rather pay for a place that's worth this price, and I've seen stuff cheaper than what I'm paying now that's bigger. Like, so
you gonna stay in CT, you just gonna...
Yeah, no. I have done both when you done so, and it's really, and if I transfer from my job down there, then I could get the same hourly rate. So,
That's
and
fine.
their cost of living is less. So I'll be like,
taken out there.
but I don't, and I looked up apartments and stuff out there. They have like, it'd be like $850 or $900 for a, and they got a pool.
Yeah,
It's like,
in a basketball court.
like it's crazy.
Complex, yo.
Like I'm like,
It's different, yo.
but the cost of living is less too. That's why I said if I would transfer from my job, I could be making the same thing. But I don't know. I thought about it, but it's like I really wouldn't want to go by. I like to be by myself, but to be that far away and don't have the option to just like, cause I would have to get a car and stuff too to drive me because that's too far away and everybody else is going here.
Definitely the car.
Yeah, and then the
Everything,
space.
everything.
Yeah, you
far
have to
away.
walk miles to get, yeah.
And they be like, it's right up the street. Like,
That's
what
what
the
I
fuck?
be saying, cause I'm like, yo, we need a rap one day, right? We need a rap. Can you go to the store and go, or I said, I was like, it's not that far, just around the corner. He was like, not that far. And I'm like, it take like 50 minutes. He's like, that's a long time.
I ain't
15
coming to
minutes.
exercise.
But no, it don't. If
Since
you
he
go
was
to
there
that
and
first
then
store,
back.
nah. But if you go to that first store, it's
Bridgeport.
right, it do. But I just like, well, I don't be going to really that now. I be ordering groceries, everything. Like, stop playing. Like,
I was like, it's
here.
a book taker.
But I do. Well, it's been a while since I walked to the store. Really, it's probably been months. I don't know. Sometimes I be taking the Uber to the store. That's a waste of money though, and I could really like. I need to stop doing
Uber.
it. Cause it's literally, it is around.
Uber
Like
Eats.
it's just take longer to walk than because when you drive, it's around the corner. Like that's where it is. Literally, it's like 3 blocks.
I can't help myself, man. I be hungry, man. I be like, yo.
Right, that Uber Eats junk, that be adding up.
I be
You
like,
be
yo.
spending like $25 at least on one order.
At least.
I just be mad it's an option available.
But they be them coupons sometimes they be hitting. They be giving you some like 25% off. No, not 25. That's a lot. It be like 15% off, but you gotta spend like $25 or something. But they do be taking it because something that would cost like $30, you could get it for like 22. If it's 50, it would be like 30. So it do be helping if you want to be lavish and get some lobster. For real, I do work. Yo, shout out to what is it called, Diamato.
Oh,
Be a model seafood.
They got yes.
Yeah.
Check it out on Willie Avenue in Haven.
New Haven got the best food. But we
We do that shit.
They got some fried lobster tails that are to unalive for. I promise you. I promise. You gotta check it out. But I live too far away from it by the time. It still be good, but
Gotta get that some of your business models.
yeah, I be thinking a lot. Like I'm about to go over there. I'm about to just go get that junk and go over there.
That's good, yeah.
But then I'll be like, that's
Jordan Max is good.
Cool.
Jordan Mac hot dogs.
Yeah.
They glazed, but they
Where that at?
mad expensive. They on State Street.
On State. Downtown.
Then we got Pepe's for pizza, Bottom for pizza,
That's in Little Italy.
Little Italy, man. Maria's.
John and Maria's in East Haven. Is it East Haven? I don't know. John Maria's Pizzeria. Check them out. We got nice thin crust and pepperoni chunky. Peppy is good, and I like how they good. Shout out to them too, but to John Maria's, they be having nice crispy slices of pepperoni on top. I don't like saying these words these young kids be saying because it sounds kind of
They
weird.
be busting.
Yeah. But Pepe's, they put the pepperoni. That's my favorite kind if you're getting out because I keep talking about pepperoni. They will put it underneath the cheese, like put cheese on top of the pepperoni. So it's like you bite into it, it's underneath and on top. Like, yeah.
I don't even eat pork, but that sounds
That's what I'm
good.
saying,
Yeah,
bro.
you ate
It
it
be making
before,
me
though.
want to
You
go
remember
back,
when
bro. It be making me want to go back.
Salivating.
Right. Some people haven't eat it and then they eat it again and then they say they feel sick because their body has.
I got tricked and I almost threw up.
Yeah, because your body, if you go for
Not
too
used to it,
long,
yeah.
anything becomes a habit or your body conditions to it after a certain amount of time. But it's, you gotta get to that point, bro. I be trying to. I did go vegan for like a month. Everybody said I couldn't. That's the only reason why I even did it, because they were like, you ain't gonna do that. You're not blah blah blah. And I did end up stopping because the only reason why it's too expensive. But I did notice a change in just like a month or whatever. Like I was buying like stuff and making stuff myself, like. And I was ordering like vegan stuff from restaurants or whatever. That's when I started eating falafels. Shout out to all the halal restaurants out there. They be blessing too. So, yeah.
They be clutch too, yo. They be open 24/7.
Fried chickpeas.
Yes, falafels. Amazing. So, yeah. But
is this what these young kids call Za? Why is my heart beating so fast? What the fuck is this? Oh my god.
And I did notice a change in that short amount of time. I've lost a couple of pounds, and I know TMI, but and if you don't believe me, whatever. When I went to the bathroom, there was no smell because I wasn't eating any meat. I was vegan, so there was no dairy, nothing. I was just eating like just vegetables. Well, not just vegetables. I ate French fries too, and but I would make stuff, or I started trying new recipes and stuff. I would make falafel pitas, and I made my own tahini sauce. Like I had used grandma's blender, and I made it because I looked up the ingredients and whatever. Like I was going to the edge of the woods, and yeah. So having a holistic lifestyle, you just have to research and know what to eat and what tastes good. All of the stuff don't taste good. I went through a bunch of different stuff that was like nasty that was vegan, but I also found a lot of things that tasted good. And it's the way you season it. You can still season your stuff up, but it's gonna be more healthy than putting meat. It digests faster. It digests faster than if you were. You know how long beef takes to get out of your body?
Like a couple weeks or something.
So it's like,
especially like real tough beef.
You will notice a difference. You'll feel better. You have more energy if you do. And because you're not supposed to feel all lethargic and stuff after you eat. That's not how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to still. We stuff ourselves till we're full, but you're not really supposed to do that. That's why you get all tired and stuff. Food is supposed to give you energy. It's not.
That's true.
And we love food. It tastes so good, so we have mouth pleasure. And it's like
pleasure.
that's what it is, because you're like, oh, this tastes good. So you're eating. You just eating. You know.
Wow, that's real.
And I do it too. That's why I'm fat. Work it out. You don't bleep that out.
Yo,
But I am. So.
this crazy clip. You gotta hear it. You gotta see it.
Days later.
It's what's her name from A at the Table.
The stripper.
Yeah.
The man that I was cheating with, I found him days later. Actually, to be honest, the man I
Well,
was
I don't want to say
cheating
stripper.
with had a way bigger.
That's not good.
But I still felt him inside of me when I left. I felt the smell. Everything around me just was him. It took me. I had to stay away from his home. I had to stay out of drugs. I had to stay away from my
I'm petty. I'm divorcing. I'm 90. I'm petty, bro.
That's crazy. Who's you? You divorced him? After all those years, you find out.
Find out that you cheated on him.
Like that.
What, and made her feel that way?
Like what she said, like what she mean.
If my man
He's
cheated
like,
and the girl felt like that,
and he's like, yo, yeah, she was so great that she, you know, I had to go 2 days without being around
and he
her.
said that about
Yeah.
the girl. I mean, no, I don't get mad when I probably would have known the story already. Like, that's in your past. Why would I get mad about something? If you keep on talking about it over and over, like you reminiscing and shit, then I'm like, or sorry, if you're like, you're reminiscing or and stuff or whatever, like, and you keep bringing it up, then I would be like, you still got feelings for her or something? What is wrong with you? But if you just telling them, and hopefully they're of age and you're not, you know, for them here with their adults or, you know, for you to tell this story.
You're not telling my kid. That's disrespectful as a wife. You're not telling my kid what you used to do.
That's
with
what I was
other
about
niggas.
to say. I
Like,
wouldn't.
Hell no. I don't care how old
I
you
wouldn't
are.
do
You're
that.
married,
That's
it's
kind of
up.
a weird thing to tell. Why would he say?
Crazy.
Where did that come from?
Uh-uh.
Why he said that? Like, why would you? Who does that? Like, hey kids, yeah, I remember. Well, maybe the guy might tell his son stuff like that or whatever privately or whatever. Like, yeah, I used to be the man. This girl, I used to tear that down or whatever. Like, I don't know, but. For the woman to say that to
That's
her
nasty.
kids, that's kind of weird. Like, why are you telling them that? Like, you could say, if they be like, oh, were you ever,
That's why I
was
said,
there ever somebody else, not about sex?
I find
oh,
out,
yeah,
it's
like,
still
somebody that
stuff
she
like
really
is
cared about before. Yeah, there was someone before your dad, but he was the one for me, and blah, blah, blah. And I could tell him how I met, but you don't have to add this. I think that that's weird. Like,
that's
why are
infidelity,
who's
though.
telling their
It was
grandkids?
while they was with the grandpa. That's what made it fucked up because he was
and I
cheating
didn't
over.
know.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know. And I didn't know, and then the first time I hear it, you're telling it around the table like it's okay, like
Guess
you
what?
talk
This
about.
Hell
no! What the fuck?
That's a
Like,
crazy
I
story.
married this girl, I used to
You know,
bust her
grandma's
down
always been a
back
wild
in the day.
card.
Even grandpa, if grandpa was saying that shit, he's still bugging. Cause nigga, you talk about treating your grandpa, you're bugging like.
Cause grandpa, he not the grandpa from Fences. That's why he did it.
And even in that situation, she did not like that situation, nigga. She just had
she
she
didn't.
loved him.
But the way that
the
way that she dealt with the situation was crazy. Yeah. It's crazy.
Well, good for her. That a different strokes for different folks.
For real, I couldn't do it.
If you cheated, I could probably. Well,
Having a love child,
if you really want to
Having a
be
love
with
child is
somebody,
crazy.
you
Yeah,
will
it's
be
crazy.
getting cheated on and staying with them.
You cheat because
But
you're not happy at
if
home.
you have a baby with somebody, then that's
good.
good. Because it's like, I can't, it's gonna be hard, and I don't want to be, I wouldn't do that anyway, but it's like, I'm gonna not even want the kid around. I wouldn't do anything to them, but it's like, it's a constant reminder, and I gotta, like, if you just fuck somebody and go on about your business, but now this is, and what if it is a case the woman can't have kids or something like that, and then you can't have kids, but you done fucked another bitch, sorry. You was in the viscous innards of another woman and
That's a blessing, though.
impregnated her.
That's a blessing. If you can't have kids, and we cheat, and I cheated, and then yeah, that's a blessing, though.
You could leave
Yeah, but you couldn't have kids.
Yeah, if you
you
want
got
kids,
a kid and you're married,
if you want
and the
kids,
wife is dead.
but it ain't my kid.
Yes, it is your kid. If you raise
That's a
it,
blessing.
if you want it,
That
but
is-
if
that
you
is-
deny the kid,
that's
that's denying your
some
blessing.
women would be okay with that, and then some women would feel like, no, it's not.
Cause she
fair,
already
they
in the
can't
house.
have their own.
All she would want is a new baby like that.
Some women would,
Cause
and
all
then
her
but there
kids
are
is
some
leaving.
women
One
that
of her
can have
kids
kids
came
that
back
be
from
like,
the
they
war.
wanna have
Her
their
husband
own,
passed.
or at least contribute their age.
She don't have another man in the house.
You said what happens?
She ain't have another man in the house because her husband died. Even after that, you know what I mean? And her, you know, the whole thing about that, it like affects the kids. Like at the end of the day, the whole situation, because the kids gotta watch mama cry and whatever, and just have to suck it up, and they know that something not right, but they don't speak on it.
That's not
So they never really understand.
You gotta go on and act like
Yeah,
everything's
you
okay.
never really
Like,
understand
you're
what's going
suppressing
on.
all of that.
And it wouldn't be so.
I never seen the cat.
It wouldn't be so. It wouldn't be so. And she be chilling. It wouldn't even be so bad if the life of the kid was like
I'm high. Cool that thing down.
Watch her move. But yeah, like. Oh, yo, let me tell you about this show, yo.
Somebody seen
A
him
must
play
watch.
said, do you got a kid? You know I don't got no.
Redneck Repo. Redneck Repo. Remember that name?
Just hide that. Like, how long?
Remember that name?
What?
Yeah. Yo,
What?
this dude. So it's this
They
dude.
got other shows like that.
It's this YouTube dude that be on. He be online, and he like a bounty hunter. His name is Bounty Hunter D. Oh.
Dog the bounty hunter.
But yo, this dude be out there. He be out there getting people cars. So he want to put a boot on somebody's car. So this dude go put a boot on somebody's car. And wait for them to come to their car, sit in his car and record it. And then he like, yo, they come. Let's go over there and see if we can help them. So they go over there and they like, hey, buddy, what's going on here? And he's like, yo, so fucking boot, oh my God. And dude's like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shoot!
Oh,
That
dude.
nigga, yo. How you put a boot on the nigga's
You know what I'm
car
saying?
and then try to finesse him and be like, yo, for a small fee, I'll get the boot on for you. Yo.
I don't know what I put it up there.
Them niggas is gonna be shot. Mark my words, that's my prediction for the show.
Scammers is crazy.
If the cheaters dude could get stabbed, then I feel like these niggas could be shot.
Word that happened?
Yes. I
Oh!
have it on camera. He got stabbed up. And now Peter gonna post that shit, yo.
Oh, Peter, because he was doing cheaters?
The original dude from Cheaters got stabbed.
Oh, that's why Peter Guns posted.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's crazy.
I didn't know that.
That's crazy.
Cause they be doing too much following him with the camera after they just got caught cheating, but that's crazy. I mean, they shouldn't have been doing it, but you can't be invading their privacy and you're recording them. Like, that's
Yeah, they be doing it.
But look, what I was about to say.
That shit got too real.
I was about to say something.
Oh yeah, so I do got laundry detergent sheets. They right there.
They're a sample pack.
Got little samples. This is a
What flavor is that? Or the same?
I don't know what that said, yo. Something garden.
Something garden. You can't.
Secret garden. It says secret garden.
No, it don't. It really don't say that. Look, what I say?
I'll make it sit up, yeah. Wait. To Dwayne, name laundry sheet, size 11 by 14 centimeters. Scent, painting garden.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
That's
You
making
can't
sure.
see.
It's painting garden, is it? Painting. Painting
Yeah,
garden.
eyes together.
Painting garden.
That dude like scribble.
It do look like
What is
but
that?
it's painting garden.
Painting.
Painting garden.
Planting garden.
It's not
Sounds like it
planting.
makes more sense.
Let me see.
But it don't look like that.
It's PA, it's not
It
PL.
do look like a PA, but what could it be?
Painting
It
garden.
do look like it's
It's not what these
It's
niggas is.
painting garden.
You guessed it,
I'm
yo,
not
but you know the
guessing.
first
That's
two
what I
letters, bro.
see,
It
bro.
look
Nah,
crazy.
that
bro.
do look like painting.
It's painting garden, bro.
What?
Let
How?
me see this one.
Well, look. How the hell do a painting garden smell? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, that's what
Right,
that
it
smells
Look,
like.
look. This one is Miss Beauty. So why can't that be painting garden? What the fuck does a Miss Beauty smell like?
Right.
They smell good.
Peaches.
They smell good.
Can you see that one?
Sunshine.
Can you see that one?
I saw that one. That shit don't say no damn. I don't know what that
painting
said.
garden.
Is
yo.
it?
Google the manufacturer. Ask them what the fuck that should say.
Yeah, I got a what you call it? A chat.
No, it
A
is.
chat.
See? PAINTING. Look at the letters. It's in cursive, but they kind of scribble a little bit. But it looks like, who did that? You wrote that?
I ain't write that shit.
An Asian lady.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And
That, yo, it's because how they wrote that. How they
Right.
wrote that in, I thought it was
There
an
was-
R, bro. That shit.
We
fucked
had
me
a
up.
teacher. I was reminiscing with
I'm like,
Chelsea,
I know that's not
about-
portrait.
my little cousin, about because she went to the. I went to the same high school that this happened at. That she goes to. So I was like, oh, I was asking her that some of the teachers still work there. There was this teacher that we had named Miss Teshma, and
Tashawan?
and she was our science. She was our science teacher, and they made her cry.
Wow, they made her cry. That's fine.
Yeah, she was so sensitive.
That's fine.
And,
What did they say? They called her Mrs. Szechuan sauce?
Yo, that song was lazy, cuz.
What did they call her, yo?
No, I wouldn't even know. We just wasn't listening or whatever. And she was talking shit back, like when she would tell us to do
You guys
something.
are not gonna listen
She
to
would
me.
say in her language or anything.
No, she spoke English. She ain't really have no accent.
She was American type.
She said, hello!
She did have an accent, but it wasn't that thick. Like you could still understand shit.
Yo, they really cool people. Like
How was she trying to make y'all be quiet? Did she
Like-
this?
I got
She'd be
some
like,
cool
you guys,
Chinese
you
friends,
had to
bro.
stop. Nobody would be listening. Nothing she said,
Yeah.
like, we still be doing what we want. And then, so one day, me and Demir was in the guidance counselor office.
Tag
And,
team.
and this other girl, Tiara, had came out there. Mr. Golia, that was his name. Shout out Mr. Golia. I miss high school days. I wish I could go back in time. Alright, so we was in his office, and then he was asking her, he was like, give me the phone. Give me the phone, or whatever. And then, because she had her phone out or something. And then, I think Tiara threw it. And then, Miss Teshma was standing there, sitting in the chair, and it bounced off her head like a ball. Like, it was a phone, but it was like, like it bounced twice.
So she was embarrassed.
And and then he was like, stop laughing, because we at the mirror. But that was great. But we didn't do nothing, we were just laughing. That
Y'all
wasn't
kids
us.
is bad as hell.
It wasn't our
Bad
fault.
kids. growing up in the urban community because of all these distractions, like we were talking about earlier, bro. Like we gotta figure out a solution to that. Like I think the easiest way for everybody to do it. I mean, because everybody can do only can do what they can do themselves. They can't really be responsible for everything. I've learned that. I mean, I try to say what I think will be right for everybody, but sometimes, people don't have to go their own way. But I'm only gonna do what I think is right. And what I think is right is for us to encourage our youth to do things that's more productive. It don't matter what the fuck they do. They can be playing a sport, but encourage them to play the sport. Some parents don't make enough money for their kid to just go to a really nice private school and get the best college education or whatever. So the kids gotta work hard for it, but they gotta work harder. So they should encourage them in whatever way they can, whatever thing they can to encourage.
And then they're put in situations that make it even harder, like in certain areas where all these crime happen and these kids are joining gangs because they don't have enough resources and outlets for them to see another path. They don't think all that's what they see around them, so they think that's all they could do. They don't see a lot of people make it out the hood. Some of them don't make it to the age of 20, like in some of these areas. Like you gotta do something to change the infrastructure of these communities so that
people gotta go down to the city hall, petition and all that stuff. I mean, it's a lot of stuff, but no, it starts with one person coming up there and saying, "Hey, I have a problem in my neighborhood, and this is what I want." And you can become. A lot of people don't want that responsibility because then a lot of people start to look at them, but at least you could get something started. You don't have to stay with it, but somebody sees you do it, and it'd be like people want to do something because they see somebody else doing it. So they just gonna jump on and be like, you know what, this looks like a good idea. And I got kids that live here, you know what I mean? I would want what's best for them. So they look at it that way. But it's really on us, really. You know what I mean? For the most part.
yeah, and it starts with home. Like please, people, pull out, use a condom, do something. Stop if you know that you don't want to be with this person. Like stop doing it, or at least make sure you're selecting the right person for that type of way. If you got to deal with this person forever, that you can get along, that they got good sense. So if you do have the co-parent, or hopefully it don't come to that, you can do it in a mature way. Yeah, I did.
I look like I looked the devil in the eyes. Really lifted, get lifted.
Facts.
30 years in the 20.
I'm 25.
You're 25.
I'm 35. The 30s could be 20.
Right.
I'm about to say you long. I was gonna do that, but I'm like, I told you, I didn't know how old you was, but I didn't think you were 25.
25.
Me too. I wish I was. To 19.
Shit.
Right?
Right. Can't even ride a bike no more.
We were just talking about working out, before, like, shit. Like that dude from The Wire.
Stop. Yeah, I can't.
That nigga says shit.
That's exactly. Or you put your mouth to the side.
Cause it be crazy, So wake up mad early, be like, yeah, I'm gonna do 10 push-ups. Just 10? Yep.
Just 10.
Just 10. And I don't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I won't even do 10.
I know, I see everything. I'm
But you know
watching
what?
YouTube videos
One
every
day I'm
morning.
gonna do 10.
Routine
I'm just
for
saying.
every
I'm
day.
gonna
It don't be happening.
That's what I'm saying. Like it takes yourself the effort to do
we
it.
were programmed to only focus on what we like. So when we don't like
Yeah.
to focus on some shit, we are
That's why I
programmed
need
to tune it out.
I need somebody to make me do it because
We gotta deprogram ourselves.
Like,
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
Like,
We
because
gotta
I-
unscrew the shit
there were
and put
times
it back
when
together
I
and
worked
shit.
out. I have gone to the gym
Miseducation.
before.
And it's
I
a
had
process. It's not gonna be right away.
There was a time when I would go to the gym. I had a trainer, but they started charging, and I would go there. Like I only had him once a month, once a week. I don't know. It was either once a month or once a week. But I went to the gym by myself in between, and I would just do the regimen that we came up with, and he gave me like a diet plan and stuff or whatever. But then they raised the price, or they would keep changing it. It would be like, oh, it's an extra day, and it's an extra week in this month, so it costs more this time. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, nah, I can't do it.
So it's a blue moon on Friday.
He made me push past it in the point of what I was saying because he would be yelling at he kind of was yelling, but I like that motivate me to do it because if I'm by myself and I say, oh, just do it, I can't make myself do it. But once I got started and he told me what to do and stuff, then when I would go to the gym, I would take it serious. I would go get on the treadmill, I would do the mountain climbing thing, and I would go in the thing and do the manual stuff that I was gonna do or whatever. And like I would be going, but then I got mad after they tried to play me with the price and go, it's an extra week. Like every other month it was something, so I'm like, nah, because this training costs too much anyway for it to be this limited time that you gave me.
What gym was it?
It was the he used to make me run laps around the building, like outside. It was hot. It was summertime. I did it though. That's what I'm saying. Like I didn't want to do that shit, but he was cute too. He was the cute white boy. He was the cute. He was the cute white boy. He was so. I love my black men, but I don't discriminate. I've never dated a white guy before, but I'm open to it. But he was so cute, right? So that was like, I just would come just because I was like, I don't know, that made me want to do it even more. I kind of was trying to prove it to him. But he was like, but he wouldn't let me stop. If I'm like, I would give up on my own. I would just do like two. As soon as I'm tired, I'm like, fuck this. Sorry. Forget this. So, but he would be like, no, you got 5 more or whatever. I've had people bigger than you and they could do it, so why you can't? Go ahead. You can do it. 2 more. Let's go. Or whatever. Like, and then I would finish. But then after that, I stopped working out and then like there were different stints in my life where I would do like when I was at Job Corps. When I came out of Job Corps, I was mad skinny. I lost weight. They had a gym like in there like we had like a rec room in there with a gym and I would go in there and work out. They had the treadmill and they had like weights and stuff. I didn't lift weights. I want to be able to do pull-ups. I don't know why. Like
You want to be able to do one pull-up?
No, like actually, yeah, I can't even do one, but that's what I said. I want to be able to do pull-ups. That includes one.
You gotta buy that shit that hang on the back of your door.
Yeah, that shit. Yeah, perfect pull-up shit. That's good for your shoulder.
Yeah, I'm about to do that.
Yeah, it's good for your shoulder.
I seen it on TV.
A perfect push-up is good for your chest. Don't forget these laundry detergents.
You took them back or put it down.
Reading weird ass labels.
Sweet passion.
Yo.
Purple passion.
Listen, these names, I would never come up with these crazy names.
We know.
There was this guy, I'm going to tell you about a story time. He said it was this pastor in prison. He was scamming people. He was saying, he knew the Bible or everything inside and out. He would pray for people. He had people giving him money to do prayer because they was in there. So some people were spiritual. So they wanted to be saved and protected, and that was their faith. They would pay, they would be like, when you get your commissary, then they would pay like with food for the commissary or whatever. Or some people would give money. Some people had cash after that. They began to new things happen. They wasn't supposed to have that in their obviously phones, but some people would have that, and people would send them money if they wanted to buy stuff, and they were like,
Well, he was a false prophet.
yeah. So he was saying, yeah, he would be telling. So he had so the dude that's telling the story, he's like, he was cool with the dude, and he would let him pray for him and stuff too, or whatever. And he was like, one day he's like, he said you need to use the phone because he had one, and he didn't have one at the time. This was when he had recently, he hadn't been in there for that long, or whatever. So he was using his phone, but it was plugged. He looked at it and it was plugged up to the charger, and it was about to die. So he didn't take it off. He just sat on the edge of the bed and he was about to use the phone. And then he seen like a notepad on the bed, and it had people's names on it, like the women's names, and then it had like what it's gonna take to get her, and then it was like pages like this with different women's names, and then on the last page it had what it's gonna take to get her, and then it said dollar amount, and and it would have scripture next to it too. He said what it's gonna take to get her. Then
So he was a pimp.
verse and Ephesians.
But he was justifying it with the Lord.
Ephesians 23.
What
Like that's
the
sweet.
fuck?
Ephesians 23. I don't know. I'm just saying. And that's what it's gonna take to get it. And then then the last two, and it had a dollar amount and a check mark. Two of them or whatever. So he didn't say nothing because he wasn't trying to look. It was just right there, and he seen it. And then you in prison, you don't be in people's business. You don't see nosy. You just use the phone, and he ain't never say nothing about it. But then one day he seen him with the pastor. He looked at him, and then he turned his head, and then he looked at him, and then he turned. They did this like 3 times, and he said, "Hey, little bro, come here," or whatever. And then he was like, "What's up, big bro," or pastor, or whatever. He was like, nothing. He was like, "I know something on your mind, on your spirit. I can feel you. The Lord is talking to me." He was saying this. He didn't say that. He said the Lord gave me all this power to see it, to read people and see. I could tell something ain't right. Something was going on. Something going on with your family. And then he's like asking him, thinking there's something wrong with him. Like he's just going through something. He's like, "Little do he know, I'm uncomfortable because of what I saw. Because I don't know what that paper was, what it up there, but it looked like, but I never said nothing about it." So he's like, then he's like, nothing. He trying to say, he's like, no, tell me. I know, maybe I can help you. He was like, it's not about me. He was like, when I used your phone the other day, I wasn't snooping or nothing, but I seen the pad there and told him to accept. He was like, he was like, he was like, he made up a story. Like, he basically was like, he was like, people like to, he was like, I believe in the word, and he was like, and I put them down. Some people know in here, they want me to pray for them and stuff, and I write people's name down. Some people hook me up with other people, like they want me to say a prayer for their mom or something. They'll tell me to call them, and they pay me for it, and this is the amount, and the check mark was I got the money from those people. So he was like, all right, so it made sense. Right, so then one day somebody beating him up, he was getting ready to get transferred. Or somebody started beating him up, this white dude. And then we come out, he's like, what's going on? Or people got like, leave pastor alone, leave, because they, he's a pastor. Everybody, a lot of people in the dorm, he getting bread from everybody come praying for them and stuff, or whatever. And so they like, leave him alone. So they like, what's going on? So the dude, he's like, you better give me my money or whatever. So he's like, what's going on? Is the dude, so the pastor go back in his room and they help him up and they helping him clean his bleeding. The dude was whooping or whatever. Like, so they helping him clean himself up and they like, what's wrong? Like, pastor, what happened? Like, why? Or whatever. He's like, I don't know, he's crazy or whatever. He's like, nah, something, he ain't gonna just, he know who the dude is. Like, he wouldn't just do that for no reason. Like, it's something going on. Like, what you got going on, pastor? Or whatever. He's like, nothing. I don't know why he did that. But, and, so, he was like, all right. He didn't believe him, but he didn't believe him, so he went in his, he went in the dorm. The white dude was in a cell with these other people where they were trying to ask him what was going on. So they came in there, he's like, what y'all got going on? Whatever, and then he was like, my mother wanted somebody to pray for her, say if we leave the pastor, whatever. Like, he wouldn't know. I don't know. I think he was telling them that he did. So this is what he would do. Like, so he would call her on the phone. He gave the mom number or whatever, and then he was supposed to be praying for her or whatever, doing scripture. I don't know what they do. I don't know. But so then, one day she's like, oh, I really like him. We've been talking like he's a really nice guy or whatever. So now it switched. Now it's romantic or whatever. But he's like, but he not thinking about it like that because he like, this a good dude. He a pastor. He know the Bible backwards. He really knows the scripture.
He's still a criminal though. He in jail for a reason. Like,
yeah, but he know when he in
bro.
there. Like, but and that's what he said. Even though he in jail, his mom's happy, and he's not in there for nothing crazy like that or whatever. So he's like, she was happy or whatever. So now, so then his mom calls him one day and she like, son, this is the dude that you like pastor telling him after. He's like, son, can you go check on pastor in the hole? He said he asked me to send him some money because he said his lawyer, if all he needed to do is give that money and he would get out or whatever, like he gotta give it to his lawyer so he could get released because it's just the money issue or something. I don't know, some lie that he done told that lady, and she gave him $3,000.
Oh,
so
that's grimy.
She said, go tell him in the hole, meaning in solitary confinement, that, is he okay? Check on him, because she was like, I can't reach him anymore or whatever, like his number is disconnected, and then somebody text me from a different number saying thank you, saying that he's in the hole or whatever. So that's why he can't talk to her. So he knows that he didn't say that to his mom, but he knew that that's not true. This nigga wasn't in the hole. He see this nigga walking around, right? He's not in solitary confinement or whatever. So he was like, okay, like I guess he just told his mom that he could tell her or whatever. So he's like, so that's why he was like, so when I confronted him, and he was like, he gonna give me I'm like, why the fuck you do that? Why you lie and tell my mom that you were in the hole? You're not in the hole. What's going on? Give her the money back or whatever. And then so he scared him and he was like, I'm gonna give you the money back. So now fast forward, he's being transferred and he's like, I want my money now, $3,000. So he's like, so that's why he started beating him, because he don't have it or whatever. And so then Bill just went back to his dorm because he was like, he believed what the guy said, and he ain't he was like, nah, he gonna just stay out of it because that's, you know. So he so no, I think he did go back into the guy's cell. He was like,
This really happened?
that's what, yeah, the dude when he was in prison, he got YouTube channel. He said, he went back in the pastor's cell. He was like, man, what you got going on? White boy said that you that he told him what he said, like that you owe his mom, you took money from his mom, you told her you was in the hole and da da da, whatever. So they come in because the other people was defending them and stuff. It was other people too, because they like in the pastor, so now they all in there. And he's like, I don't know what he's talking about or whatever. And then he's like, and he was like, nah, fuck that, you're lying. Tell me the truth because I seen that notepad and you told me da 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 or whatever. You didn't tell me that or whatever. And then it was another dude in the cell with them, like they were all trying to get to the bottom of it. And he was like, you told me something completely different. Cause I guess the other dude seen the notepad too, and he asked him about it, and he told him a different story than what he told Bill. So he's like, man, what you got going on, whatever. Like he was like, okay. He was like, it was just a scam. Like he was just like basically he would go online. He learned at a young age that how people felt about religion. He was like he believed in God, but he knows the Bible and stuff, whatever. That's how he could do it. But he's not into it like that. But he I guess the way to make money, he started realizing that it was powerful. Like people would pay him thousands of dollars, women, to like he would finesse, I guess, start talking to them or whatever. They would start sending them money or whatever. So what you did to the wrong person, or whatever. So he was like in that list. He was like he would go online and meet different women online while he was in there. And like he would start a conversation with them and it would start off like praying and then I guess he would start talking to them through the scripture or whatever and then that's what he would say, how to get this one. Because he would get to know them, like get to know their personal life and what they had going on in their life and stuff. So he would find a Bible verse or that went along with their lifestyle. So that's why the name said Sarah, how to get this one, and then it would be a Bible verse because he figured out how to, he like, this was going to get her, and then the check mark for the people that he got, and they did send him money, but it was because he scammed them. He didn't talk to them anymore after that. He just got the money and then stopped talking to them. And he did this to a bunch of women. That's why he wrote it down so he could remember everybody. So now the dudes in there that was defending him, now they want to fight him because they're like, what the hell? Or whatever. But he, Bills told him to stop. He was holding them off. And then he was like, man, that's messed up or whatever that you did. He was like, but he wasn't going to do that to him. He just like, that's dead wrong that you're doing that to people or whatever. So he left out and then he went and he was mad kind of. So he was like, I don't even care. Like, they do something, well, he left, broke him up or whatever, but, so then, I think he said somebody stabbed him or something. They came back in there. After he left, then they went back in there. And then, I don't think he got it. I don't think he but, yeah, like you can't be doing that. Or other people owe people money in there, like you gambling and stuff. Now you owe them 10 movies. You ain't never getting that. That's their currency, though. But that's yeah. They really will, cause that's money. Excuse me, that's money. Anything, food, tobacco. They do be having real money too. Like people now it's different times. That's technology, cash out, a lot of things. But they do be like, when you get 5 pack of noodles, a can of cheese whiz, some flaming hot Cheetos, a couple of sodas. That's they be trading for using a barter system. But people crazy. Just don't be a criminal. Okay? Try to stay out of trouble, kids. It's not fun.
It's not worth it.
I see. I was like, that's the end pose.
Almost passed out like twice. out of a panic attack once, and the other one was just tiredness. This week's really good. A little too good.
Yeah, yo.
Next time I roll this shit,
Listen.
Be on the move like I need a new hobby.